these were just first round bids. They're non-binding bids. As far as the news reports go, it looks like all three companies that were in the race, Paramount, Skydance for all of Warner Brothers, and then Netflix and Comcast for just the studio and streaming assets, have all placed their bids. This is going to be a very long drawn process. So we're going to have multiple rounds. We've had some conflicting reports actually on what Paramount Skydance was offering. There was something earlier this week which suggested they were offering something north of $28 per share. They came out, refuted that report, and the latest reports seem to suggest that it might be it's definitely going to be something much lower than that, probably something above 25, but still below 27. But let's remember, David Zaslav has publicly said that he wants something north of $30 per share. So this is going to play out for quite a while, I think, Paul.
Yeah, that is a pretty big gap between what David Zaslav wants and what the reporting indicates Paramount Skydance is likely to pay. So if this is going to be a long, drawn-out process, does that benefit Warner Brothers Discovery or these bidders? Who comes out ahead in that kind of scenario?
Yeah, I mean, the long drawn out process is really not good, I think, for Warner Brothers Discovery. But having said that, let's remember that they do have another plan B in place. And the plan B is that they are going to go ahead and split their company into two parts. So you have the TV networks business and the streaming and studio business. And the good news for them is that the studio turnaround, which was, kind of in progress, is now really kind of taking shape. We're seeing some really tangible, growth come out of both streaming as well as studio. And so worst comes to worst, if nothing, materializes from all of these bids and from all of this sale chatter and buzz, they are still on track to separate their businesses. And who knows, maybe that would be the better path for them going forward. So all is not lost, even if, these bids don't work out.
Geetha, I know you've done the work. What do you think the entire company's worth?
So, Paul, it all, again, depends here on who's making the bid for what parts of the business they're making the bid. So as we kind of look at it right now, I don't think David Zaslav is far off when he says he wants $30 per share for all of the company. We think majority of that value will actually rest with the studio and streaming network. So when we kind of crunch the numbers, we get $25 to $28 just for the studio and the streaming business. But at the end of the day, Paul, it all comes down to synergies. So if you look at, combining the entire corporation, all of Warner Brothers Discovery with all of Paramount, for instance, and they both have, substantial linear network exposure. They both have studios. They both have streaming assets. We're looking like something like at about $4 to $5 billion in synergies, nice. Which, then adds to the deal value also.